Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.
That's right. It's the Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. For more info on the show, latalkradio.com, SheenaMetalExperience.com. Don't forget to email me and let me know what you think of the show. If you're looking for me online, it's so easy. I'm just at Sheena Metal everywhere on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, everywhere. I warn you that my Pinterest page is very elderly, but you may still go there and see pictures of Abraham Lincoln if you would like, because, I love my Abraham Lincoln. I'm also the founder of a movement of peace, love, kindness, and unity at IamRaisingTheVibration.com and at RaisingTheVibration.org. And through that, I have a ministry and a spiritual practice at IamRaisingYourVibration.com and SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. I'm also a staff pastor at the Founders MCC Church in Hollywood. My interfaith monthly service is called Saturday Night Spiritual at SaturdayNightSpiritual.com. And I have two wonderful spiritual and paranormal web series. We are livingwiththedead.com with Patty Negri from Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures, my dear friend Patty. And we are altered.com with my good friend Carolyn Hennessy from General Hospital. Living with the Dead is about living with the good spirits in your life that propel you forward. And Altered is about creating your perfect sacred space. So, yay! It's Psychic Tuesdays here at LA Talk Radio for me, and that means both on Haunted Playground and the Sheena Metal Experience. We do special broadcasts I like to call Light Workers Unite, where I get together with a friend who's also a light worker, and we do free psychic readings, healing, spiritual counseling, psychic questions, paranormal questions, whatever you're in the mood for. If you want to be on the air with us, you just text me 818-437-0886. It's loads of fun. And if you want to see past broadcasts of Lightworkers Unite, you can go to WeLightworkersUnite.com, and they're pretty much all there. I'm pretty caught up, like up to the last week or so. Today's exciting because we have a new Lightworker here. My good friend Lisa O'Neill is here. Those of you that know that I work on Sunday afternoons at Z Fabrique in Belmont Shores, I got that gig thanks to Lisa. I wandered in the store one day to pick up some holy cards, some prayer cards, because I was researching saints for the RaisingTheVibration.org movement. And I think I butted into Lisa's life a little bit and gave her some unsolicited love and advice. And then we started chit-chatting through email, and then we became pals. And then she turned me on to the round robin there once a month, and I do that all the time. And then I got offered a shift, and now we're Z family. So welcome, my friend.
Hello, how are you?
It's good to have you here. Well, I pass the link around and I get some folks on for readings. Tell me a little bit about you and about how you got started as a light worker, and sort of like what is your mission as a light worker? What are you hoping to do with your gifts?
Well, I was always intuitive, but I just never acknowledged it. And then I got to a point that I was creating really a lot of chaos in my life, like not recognizing my gifts.
Beautiful.
So one day I was really overworked and tired, and I had a chance to take either a Microsoft Office class or a meditation class. So I started the meditation class, and it went into a clairvoyant program. And then suddenly life calmed down when I honored how intuitive I was.
Isn't that interesting? How when you get on your path, things actually become much easier.
Yes.
And I tell folks all the time when they're like, is this ever going to get easier? Is my life ever going to get better? I say, well, actually, yeah, the minute that you get on your path, everything is going to get easier.
Yeah.
You just have to stop fighting it. And I think that as humans, my mama used to say that human beings are just smart enough to be dangerous. And I think a good example of that is how we decide what our life is going to be. And man, I've decided this is my life and the universe better stay out of my way. And then we wonder why things aren't happening the way we want. And it's because we're perpetually trying to shove a square peg into a round hole. If we just stop talking for a minute and open up our ears and listen to what the universe is trying to tell us, everything in life becomes almost effortless. But you got to get on your path and stay on your path.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's and sometimes you have to recognize though when you think you've fallen off your path,
Yeah.
a lot of times you're still on your path.
Yeah.
Once you've taken that, it's just a little lesson that you had to learn.
Yeah, I
Or a
agree.
little layer. And that's a lot of the clients that come to me for readings.
Yeah.
It's just for those little adjustments.
Me too. Yeah. And you have different paths. Sometimes, in my life, I always say that the hand of God really touched me 3 times. The first time was the first time I stepped on a stage as an actor. The second time when I was 14. The second time when I was 27 and I sat in front of a radio mic for the first time. And then the third time when I was 49 and I founded my nonprofit. And, I feel thankful that my head was touched 3 times. But at that time, it was like universe said, all right, now you're an actor. Now go do it. And then when the Northridge earthquake stopped a TV show I had in production, and somebody offered me a radio gig for a night to put it on my resume, and I was sitting there in front of the microphone having had no aspirations of being on the radio, and I heard that voice say, now you do this, 25 years later this August. And then when I founded the nonprofit, and my mother had died, and I wanted to do something to honor her, and I didn't know what to do. And one day I was in the car 2 days after our presidential election, and people were fighting on Facebook and Twitter. And Universe said, this is what you do now. And it's a movement of peace, love, kindness, and unity. And here's what it's called. And go get the URL and go figure this out. So I'm just so thankful that I've had these 3 beautiful paths, and that Universe has never asked me to get off of one of them to get on the other ones. I'm allowed, my path includes staying where I am, just continuing to take other forks as I go.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. You acquire it,
Yeah.
For me, the clairvoyant part, and then I started working with kids. I would completely switched from the restaurant hospitality industry
Right.
and started working with autistic kids, and that was totally guided
Which is
all the
also
way.
service.
Yeah, and then I wasn't using my clairvoyance for other people, so then they shifted. They're like, "Well, why don't you get some tarot cards and you can have a little cushion in the middle there?" So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it started with tarot for you.
And now it started where I really started getting out and actively like helping people and really stepping up to the plate and being of service was probably with the tarot cards. Originally it was all my clairvoyant program and, doing healing for people if they asked or I got caught. But for the most part, when I really started, taking ownership is when I picked up the tarot cards.
It's beautiful. That's something that I can do a little bit of, but I've done very little of it considering. I love oracle cards, and I read a little palm. And I channel a lot from source. I can do tarot, but for some reason it's something that Universe hasn't really picked me out to do.
It's funny enough, most of it I use my clairvoyance,
Of course.
but I do use and I don't even use the traditional deck, but it's all about being able to point. So people learn many different ways.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they can hear it, sometimes they can see it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so the cards are just that vehicle, like, oh, I saw it, and then I'll cap a reading off with oracle cards. Like, oh, I have a little affirmation to say later because that time really happened.
Wow.
So that's what the visuals for that are.
Wow. I have this really amazing oracle deck that I would like everyone to know that I saved and saved and saved for. I'm totally kidding. $4.99 at cost plus. It was in one of those bins at the impulse buys as you're checking out. And it's this little angel deck. It's the size of a deck of playing cards, and it's light blue and it has little angel wings on it. It has the most, first of all, it's so accurate. I swear there's like actually an angel that lives in it. And it is the little messages are so beautiful. And it's like my favorite deck. And I have all kinds of different fancy decks. People give me decks. I go places, like I was just in Dallas teaching. I think you covered my shift while I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas teaching, and I said, oh my God, I love tarot decks. I love oracle decks. I can't get enough. And people just bring me things like, this doesn't resonate with me. Take it. People are always giving me things. Somebody gave me divination rods. People just keep giving me things because I'm kind of a collector of all things spiritual. And I got to tell you, nothing is like this little deck. I actually have two copies of them. I went back and got another one. I keep one at home, and then I have like a little, Lisa's seen this, a little mini altar that I carry with me when I do parties, when I'm at shops. And it's like a little, again, a Walmart case, a little Walmart makeup bag, $2.99, people. I spare no expense. And it has a little mini Rider-Waite deck that's like this big. And then it has my little Oracle deck. And it has one of each of, because I have a Good Vibrations crystals line. It has one of each kind of the crystals that I have in my line because those are my favorite crystals. And then it has a little thing of sage, one Palo Santo stick, a little rosary, and my hematite pendulum. And
Nice.
it's like a little to-go kit. And I can take it anywhere. When I fly, I throw it in the suitcase. People at TSA must open it up and be like, what in the effity F is this? What is this person traveling with? But it's great because everything is very compacted, and I keep it in a backpack in my trunk of my car. And
Yeah, I carry my big portable too, but I can imagine for me when I fly too. She's literally got rocks in her bag. Yeah.
yeah, and rocks in my head. But those I take on the plane. Those I don't check those.
One thing I want to say is, a lot of people will say a tarot deck doesn't resonate with them or whatever.
Yeah.
But I always offer up to people, you can go online and get tarot spreads for interview your tarot deck, because sometimes decks have personality, and
They do.
sometimes people want to use them
Yeah.
for relationships, and they only want to talk about your personal empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
or they want to talk about business, which I have that luxury because I probably have over like 70 decks myself. I throw parties
Yeah.
so people can read decks back and forth and share more decks.
I want to touch all your decks. Can I come over and just see all your decks?
Yeah, I have a little thing I do called Taste and Tarot, where people have a little beverage, read
And they
each
get to
other
see
like
it.
little girlfriends. Yeah.
Oh, and all your texts are there?
Yeah.
All your tarots are there?
Yeah, and other people bring their decks and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I can bring my little cost plus deck. It's so fantastic.
Uh-huh.
I never have met a tarot deck or an oracle deck I didn't like, because I think it all comes from you. It's sort of like when people send me, and this happens sometimes where other light workers will send me a client and they'll say, I was telling Lisa this story before the show, like, yeah, this one I can't, this one's for you. I also am a collector of clients. I will take clients people don't want. This one's too difficult. This one's too sad. This one's too this. I'm like, send them to me. I've never met a client I didn't like. I've met clients that I thought have made very bad choices. I've met clients that have said things to me in anger that I would prefer they didn't say, but I've never met a client that I felt I couldn't help. And I've never met a crystal I didn't like. People say, oh, this crystal just doesn't resonate with me. Look, if there's a bucket of crystals, I'll pick them all up and hold them. And maybe one will be the one that really grabs me, but none of them don't resonate with me. I just think some resonate more.
Oh, yeah. And some are meant for this moment, and then some are meant for another moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go into Z Fabrique, and Nancy's got crystals all over the place.
Cool stuff.
And I'll just walk in one day and look at a crystal and go, oh, what are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that matches.
Yeah.
That resonates right now.
Yeah, I love that. I just recently got very into Tiger's Eye. I had never been that into Tiger's Eye. As a matter of fact, I just added Tiger's Eye to my empowerment set. It's Tiger's Eye and red jasper for my Good Vibrations crystals. And I never thought about Tiger's Eye. I'm kind of a pink and purple girl, so I always resonate to the stones that are more that color. But friends of mine went to Monterey. My friend is on the Orange County Cemetery Commission, and she went there for a conference, she and her boyfriend, and they brought me back they're like, oh, we were in this shop and Ben just decided that you should have this pendulum, and it was a Tiger's Eye pendulum, and I got it and I thought, oh, that's weird, Tiger's Eye, that's not really my thing, but I never met a pendulum I didn't like either, and I thought, well, that's so interesting, and he was like, yeah, I couldn't stop thinking about you and Tiger's Eye. And I thought, oh, well, that's really strange. And then I put it in my hand and I fell in love with it. And then I started getting really into Tiger's Eye because of that. It's almost like he knew that was for me. And an interesting thing about Ben, another interesting thing, is that his big thing is St. George, and he wears a St. George medallion. I never really felt like that was a saint I resonated with until I got to know Ben.
Yeah.
And now I've learned so many things about St. George, and I'm like all about St. George now. So when you get to know other people that are part of your soul family, sometimes you'll pick up cool spiritual stuff from them
Yeah.
just because they resonate with something, and then you start to.
A really fun thing I like to do with Tiger's Eye when I have couples that aren't getting along, I'll go, "Do you guys have a favorite chair?" And they're like, "Yeah." So we'll put one Tiger's Eye at their chair and one Tiger's Eye at her chair, and suddenly the couples are understanding one another better.
Oh,
It
I love
helps.
that. I didn't
It
know it worked
helps.
like that.
Yeah, because it helps you empathize with where the other person's coming from and understand a little bit. And even if you're married or whatever, you have those moments where you forget, where the other person's coming from, and the Tiger's Eye helps heal that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to text some people. What is your favorite thing now? What is sort of your mission as a light worker? I'm going to text some people back and get people ready while you do that.
For me, it's for to help people get, back on their path or get moving forward. I have people that get just a little bit, we all get a little bit stuck.
Yeah.
And it's just to make that little nudge so they can keep going forward, and be their very best. I hate to see anybody stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Me too. What about now? Is there anybody that you won't read for?
I really don't have anybody I won't read for.
Okay.
Occasionally I'll have somebody get mad at me because I'm calling them, I'm trying to get them unstuck on something or get to a point, but there's not really anybody I won't read for.
I like that. Yeah, there's not anybody I won't either. What do you find? What kind of folks do you find? Because working in shops is a new thing for me. You've worked in shops a lot longer than I have, and I love it. But you have a lot more experience at that. What is the difference in, do you think, somebody who comes into a shop looking for a reading as opposed to somebody that, you get as a referral, or, you get a lot more first timers, do you think?
I think in a shop I do. I get, sometimes in location because I'm down on 2nd Street, so people are out having fun. It's not uncommon to get a group of girls like, let's check this out, or the festival I did, something fun for a quick reading. But you get your regulars too. But it's a chance to really connect with somebody, to be one-on-one, and they get that opportunity that, they've done something that they're not necessarily going to tell everybody out, and they get to be seen for a moment, because I don't think people truly get that benefit. Don't you get that from a reading? Like, they didn't realize that somebody actually really saw them,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and they're really listening to them.
Yeah. My favorite is the real tough ones that cross their arms and they don't want to admit to anything, and then they burst into tears.
Yeah, I always have a box of Kleenex next to me.
Yeah, I always have one too, because let me tell you something. I will like nobody's business blubber.
And like, yeah, if you hit me the wrong way too. And I also like to being in the shop, I can send somebody with a crystal on their way so they have something to hold.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So they have,
Crystals need homes.
yeah. And and they need good homes for, I like to make sure people are empowered when they walk away.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, a lot of my good vibrations crystals are little stones that I've had for years, or stones that were my mom's. And I've just feel like I've been fostering them, and it was so hard for me. That's why I never fostered kittens, Lisa. I thought, I am never going to be able to foster crystals and sell them to people because I'm not ever going to let them go, and it is hard.
I'll have stacks of bracelets on my wrist and just like hand them off and go, oh, I really liked that rainbow fluorite. I guess I'm buying another one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always think, well, I can always get more crystals.
Yeah.
So what I do is I go through them. It's like, what's that Japanese thing we're all into now, where you pick everything up and you decide, do I absolutely have to have this, or can I let this go?
The Spark Joy from Marie Kondo.
Yeah. So I go through the box of rocks, and I look at every one of them, and I think, well, which ones can't I live without? And some of them are bigger than my good vibrations, because my good vibrations I keep pocket size. So I'm like, okay, well, these are too big, so I'm definitely keeping these. And then I just look, and every once in a while I'll hit one that has a shape or a color. I'll think, no, that one needs to be mine. And then, but then the rest of them, I found that the idea that they're going to clients and they're going to good homes, I love that. So, and I keep track of everyone who's adopted crystals and which ones they've adopted. And I take a picture of the ones that I send to you. I'm telling you, it's like people that foster cats. I'm insane. So I know which of my crystals you have at your house. And because I want to make sure if I have to send a message or two to the crystal for you, I can. It's all very weird and personal with me.
Oh,
But
I never thought about sending messages to the crystal, but that's a
yeah,
really good
yeah.
idea. Like I had to give I gave my selenite wand to, which I loved,
Mm.
to a girl that was living in a homeless shelter with her two
Oh,
kids.
wow.
And I'm like, what could keep them love and light and help around them?
That's
And I feel
beautiful.
like, I'm like, okay, the wand goes with you. Rainbow fluorite, a lot of times I'll have students. It's amazing to me when an 18 or 19-year-old to come up with me like with $20 in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money. Can I have a reading? And they want to know about if they're going to pass their finals or something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, rainbow fluorite goes out instantly for that.
Oh, nice. Is
Yeah.
rainbow fluorite one that you really resonate with?
It's really good for students. It helped me pass Algebra 2 myself. But it helps you focus and memorize what you're reading because Algebra 2 is not really the side of the brain that I'm really used to hanging out on. I'm much more on the, on the left side where I get to do readings and stuff like that, not all grounded.
Yeah. I'm pretty good, as you can tell by the fact I'm doing all the business right now for the show. I'm pretty good at both halves working at the same time. I'm very thankful for that.
I can do that. It's the deep mathematical part that I struggled with a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good with the math. I'm pretty good at balancing the two, but then sometimes I'm just ridiculous and I don't have either one. So we're gonna get Janelle on with us now, and then I've got more people to put in. And so this is how it works. Janelle calls in, and then we do a little reading, maybe a little healing, some spiritual counseling, whatever it is that Janelle needs. And you could be next. Just send me a text to 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. So we're going to get Janelle on the phone right now. And then we're rocking and rolling here. And then I'm going to put the link out more places so it's everywhere it needs to be while we talk to clients here on Lightworkers Unite. Welcome, Janelle, to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
Wonderful. It's good to hear from you. Say hi to Lisa, and how may we help you?
Hi, Lisa. I'm just curious to see what you get from me.
Okay. Is there any specific place that you want us to get something from you? Any area of your life?
I met this guy recently, so maybe my love life.
Okay. Lisa, do you want to start since you're my guest?
Yeah, I can. The first thing I want to notice, though, is I'm getting a bunch of energy in my throat right now. Have you been having a hard time expressing yourself lately?
Mm.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Trying to find my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with him, right?
Yeah.
Trying to tell him how you feel. What's going on with that?
I mean, we just met a little while ago. I've never felt this way about anybody, and I'm kind of excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to see where it goes.
Yeah, I am too. I literally can feel all that anxiety butterflies in your stomach right now as you're talking.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. That's the fun part of liking somebody.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's accurate.
He's got a really cool smile and really deep eyes. Yes?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's not as expressive as you. Right? He's a little more reserved in his emotions and in his communication than you. So he can be a little bit of a hard read. He's lovely, but he sometimes can be a little like you tend to talk more about how you're feeling.
Right.
But he seems like he has a really intense stare when he looks at you, though. Yes?
Yeah.
And he's thinking about a lot of things that he wants to say, but it's almost hard for him to say it.
Yeah, I feel that from him.
And I think the secret is not to pressure him.
Right.
Just let him say when he needs to say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a thoughtful guy, so as in he thinks before he speaks. almost overthinks it a little bit.
Yeah. Overthinks it and then speaks it not enough.
Yeah.
Thinks too much and speaks not enough. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you, sweetheart, need to have more confidence in you. You need to believe in you
Yeah.
more and believe that good, beautiful things can happen for you because you deserve those things. Because sometimes you just don't believe in yourself enough.
Yeah, I've been struggling with that lately.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for that. We were just talking about
Yeah.
people getting relationships and communication, and I'm really seeing the energy like after this new moon on Wednesday really lightening up for a lot of people
Yeah.
and making it easier to express yourself and really put thoughts together because everybody's been a bit in the fog.
Yeah. Come new moon and free us all.
Yeah. And
Right.
the end of Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that same day?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
this Wednesday?
Yeah, it's a really powerful wish day. Think about what you want, not what you don't want.
Oh, I'm loving that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was this Wednesday. But then there's going to be another one like in 2 weeks, isn't there? We're having 2 this summer. Mercury retrogrades.
No, I don't think so.
There's not another one coming?
No, we have a lot of planets in retrograde
Yes,
though.
like 6.
Yeah, I know Jupiter's going to go forward, which is great for us fire signs in a couple weeks.
That is good.
Because it's back to abundance again.
Woo!
Because if money's been a little tight, that's been going on too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Saturn return is killing everyone. And with this Saturn return, Janelle, something that's really important for you is just what Lisa and I talked about. Feeling more comfortable speaking your mind and feeling more comfortable knowing that you're deserving of so much of this in your life and you don't need to feel like you're not. And that's something you've wrestled with your whole life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So during this
I
Saturn
always
return.
felt like I had to be silent all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak. I couldn't, you know. So I guess I'm still finding my voice.
Yeah, even if you're like journaling as fast as you can just to let stuff out, because that throat pain I'm getting for you is kind of intense.
Yeah, even if you're just, I always say, even if you're just walking around your room alone, talking out loud just to the universe, just get it out. Even if you're just saying stuff out loud, it's just important to get it out.
That's my cat Sage's job, is to hear all that stuff.
God, I know. And my cat Molly, and that Scorpio yells back at me. She sits there and gives me advice. She's a trip. This cat is a trip, Janelle. Sorry.
I have this. Yes.
No, you talk. What, honey?
I have this. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of sensitivity you feel about me, because I do struggle with that a little bit, of finding what I am, who I am, in that sense of the matter.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that you don't think you're enough, sweetheart. You don't believe that you're enough, and that makes me sad, because I think if I could give you one gift, like if I could just do this and give you a gift, that was a bad snap. That and give you a gift, it would honestly be that you could see yourself as Lisa and I see you, and see all the beauty in you and all the potential in you, because I just feel like you're not seeing enough of that, sweetheart.
Can you tell me Can you throw out what sign you are, hon? Do you mind?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What sign are you? What astrological sign are you, hon?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, so don't be so critical on yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody in your life is hard on you as you are on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and that, not feeling like you're ever heard makes it really hard.
Yeah. Very true.
And keep getting out with people, okay? I know the tendency a lot of times is to hide out, but I love that you're excited about this relationship and you're taking your time on it, and it's good. It's good. You get just there, like I said, nobody's as hard on you as you are on yourself. So be nicer to yourself. Have some compassion and tenderness.
Yeah, and have some faith in yourself, sweetie. Realize how beautiful you are, because I'm seeing somebody that's so full of potential and so beautiful and so lovely. And I feel like as I'm saying those things, you're kind of thinking like, like you don't really get how great you are. And I really want you to get how great you are, because you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Can I send you a little, I have some pink energy that I'm seeing that wants to come into your space to bring in a little bit more amusement there and some joy. I literally feel like your
Okay.
heart is opening up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I actually have another question. I do have some psychic abilities that are in my family, and
Sure.
what do you feel for me in that aspect?
I feel that you're an absolute empath, and you take on a lot of people's stuff, and I think sometimes
Yeah.
that makes you not that happy because it's hard to take on people's stuff if you don't quite know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you feel that way? Like you take on a lot of people's emotions? Even your guy, your new guy, you take on a lot of his stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel everything and anything, and then there's those times like I kind of like go into my third eye and astral project, and I fight demons and on a daily basis too.
Yeah. Well, welcome to being a light worker.
Yeah,
Right.
I find black tourmaline is really good to keep
Yeah.
in your pocket,
And selenite.
and selenite, both of those to keep the light in.
Yeah. I'm going to send you some info on my crystals just so you have it. I think it's
Okay.
very important to, yeah, it's so funny how many of us, I feel. I remember once an empath friend of mine called me up and she's like, okay, so tell me something. And I said, okay, my Sagittarius friend. She said, you and I are basically just going to be fighting evil until we die, right? And I said, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what being a light worker
Yeah.
is, right? The more you step into the light, the more you take on the responsibility to carry the light and to put as much positivity as you can in the world. And that means eradicating a lot of negativity.
Well, and I have to say there are enough people carrying the light though, and as long as this empath can remember to keep that light vibration, it's keeping more of a vibration for people
Mm-hmm.
to stay up in that light. So it's a numbers game, and I feel like we're definitely, I mean, just in the 23 years since I did it, it was a complete secret. I would have never thought about being on the radio talking about
Me
this.
either. And I was on the radio, but I never would have talked about this. As a matter of fact, when I first started doing all these spiritual shows, I got into it from the paranormal community because I grew up in a haunted house, and I would have all these psychics from TV shows and stuff on here, and they would just kind of casually say, "Well, you're a psychic," and I would say, "No, I'm not a psychic," and they would say, "Yes, you are," and I'd say, "No, no, 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 I'm not. I'm just a very intuitive person who hosts a radio show," and they'd be like, "Tsk." And after a while, finally, a couple of them basically just said, we're not going to come back until you admit what you are. And I kind of had to just admit, all right, okay, all right, I'm a psychic. But I honestly, in the beginning,
Right.
didn't even know. I just thought everybody could do what I did. Like everybody could that was just how it was. We all, everybody could feel things and do things like I did. I didn't think I was anything special.
Did you notice your life calmed down a little bit as you honored your gifts more, though?
Oh my God, my life is so beautiful since I
Yeah.
honored my gifts. Are you kidding me? It's the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's pretty cool to do what we do. It has
Yeah.
its struggles though.
yeah, everything has its struggles though, doesn't it? Can you think of a job that wouldn't sometimes suck?
Right.
I mean, it's
Oh.
and the only thing you
Um,
need to be careful of, sweetheart, is you just need to make sure that you're not taking on too much energy from other people. That's the only thing that you need to be wary of. Just make sure you're not taking on too much stuff.
And so it's okay to
Right.
take breaks and replenish. Just don't beat yourself up while you're taking that break because you needed to replenish, okay?
Yeah.
All right? Because it's just a very natural thing to like slow down and have to take a break.
Yeah.
So give that to
Right.
yourself. Don't, I'm finding more and more people are coming up to me that I'm really having to like, okay, don't beat yourself up. Be kind, be gentle with yourself. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then, and then that energy comes back up much, much faster that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed I have been drained a lot lately.
Yeah.
Well, you're spending all that energy jumping into your friend's space to try to figure out what he's thinking of you. If you can keep your energy in your space, he's got to come talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just take the
Yeah.
pressure off him.
Yeah.
Just enjoy being with him. Don't make it have to all be cut and dry and laid out like it's some kind of contractual agreement. just enjoy the time, you know? So funny because so many of my clients will say to me like, well, if he would just lock it down and say that I was his girlfriend, or if she'd just lock it down and say that, whomever it is,
Right.
that then I could relax. And it's like, yeah, but you don't want it locked down that fast. This is the time when you get to have a beginning. This is the best time ever. So
I think
Yeah.
so many people are forgetting the value of courting,
yeah, I agree. Where's court? What happened to courting?
getting spoiled, and
Yeah.
and that thrill of being with somebody. That's what's going to carry you through the years.
That's what I want. I want somebody who'll court me for just like 5 years. Like I've had all the rest of it. Can I just go right to the courting and just can we just keep courting? Because that's what gets mixed. That's what gets stopped every time, right? Is nobody courts.
Yeah.
Please court
Yeah.
me.
Especially this day and age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, it's those little memories that you have that are what really the value. I mean, I remember one time breaking up for a relationship and remembering that I was never going to hear wake up to the sound of the dishes getting washed in the morning. It's those little things that
Aw.
you have to spend time to get ritual with and
Yeah.
courting with.
Exactly. You know what? You could come over to my house and do my dishes if you wanted.
No, it's the sound of somebody else doing the dishes.
Okay.
What do you guys feel or see from a career rise,
I think,
like long-term career?
at least I'm gonna let you go. I'm talking too much.
Okay. You've had a lot of shifts over the last year or two, huh?
Yeah.
As far as career goes. God, I'm kind of seeing you. Do you do something with? I see you like looking at like a book or something like that. Do you do? You're very detailed, right? When you're in career.
The career I'm in now.
Yeah. What are you doing right now?
Well, I work in retail, but that's not something that I
No.
Yeah.
want
No.
to do for the rest of
I'm
my
not.
life.
No, I'm not seeing you with that. I'm literally seeing you like finishing the day, like closing a book, like checking like ledgers and stuff like that. Like I feel like you're really interested in the details, and you need to have something that you feel finished and that you were of service to other people that makes a difference.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
I do have this dream that I've had since I was a child of having an own production company and building from the ground up, building an empire
Do it.
and things like that, in film and music, and kind of bring a whole new perspective of the world of what I see to reality.
It's beautiful. There's your making a difference, sweetheart, right there.
Yeah, I see that. And that must be, have you written a list of all that stuff that you'd like to get done? Because that's what I see. That book, once you were talking about that, it's like checking off that list, like stuff's done.
I mean, I haven't really written lists, but I have written books. I do write. I create stories and novels, and I'm currently working on a novel now.
You like to read those out loud to people too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I could easily see you going around talking about that. You're very there are a lot of creative people that aren't able to handle the details as well too. So
Yeah.
you have a lot going for you.
I was easy.
Oh, bless you.
Hang on. It's always 5. There we go. Used to be 3, then it was 4, then it was 5. By the time I'm 80, it's going to be like 65 in a row. How about that? Okay, so thank you so much, Janelle. We appreciate you, sweetheart. Thanks for the call. You've got my info. Stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing, and we love you. And we're sending you some extra light right now. So we're going to get Donna on now, and that's how it goes. It's pretty fun,
Okay.
right? It's good, and you're good at it, Lisa. You're fun. You handle it really well. We're so appreciative to have Lisa as a new part of the family here. Okay, so we're going to get Donna on now, And luckily, I do all the numbers and deal with all the math stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not a lot of math. It's just a lot of why is this not going back where I wanted it to go back to? There we go. There we go. Okay. So
I know Sheena's doing all this stuff, and I just get to sit here and
yeah.
okay, talk when I need to.
The only thing I wish about the Lightworkers Unite broadcast is I wish I had 4 more arms. Because then 2 arms could just do this, and the 2 could do this, and maybe 2 more for the board, or even 1 more. If just 5, if I just had 5 arms, I would be so happy. 6 arms, so 1 could drink water the whole time.
I am learning so much because my picture was that there was somebody that did that, and they just sent the calls over to you, and you were.
Do you know what? Here, I produce my own show.
Okay.
I do my own thing. I am Woman, Hear Me Roar.
Yeah, she's amazing right now. There's all this stuff going on. It's pretty awesome.
Is this Donna?
Yes, it is.
Hi, sweetheart. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a question for you, hon. I have lost my grandson 3 years ago, and I just wanted to know what you felt, if you feel it about him, how he is. He was in a real bad car accident, and before they could get him out, he burned. And I was very, very close to him, and I was just wondering what you feel about Matthew.
Absolutely. Okay. Say hi to Lisa. Lisa's here with me. She's going to be helping.
Hi.
I mean, Matthew is, he's happy where he is. He's not come back in human form. He's still at home. He wants you to know he's not in any pain, and he's very happy. And he's really become sort of one of your guiding spirits. I like to differentiate between spirit guides and guiding spirits, in the sense that for me, spirit guides are folks that have been with you since you were born. Occasionally, one is like an ancestor or somebody that you knew from another life, but almost always they're people that were never embodied, and their job is sort of to be spirit guides. Guiding spirits are often folks that you were on the earth with and they've passed, and now they stay to help you out. You know?
Uh-huh.
And
Because
I'm sorry?
And go ahead. Go ahead.
So he is kind of sticking around as a guiding spirit to help you out, my friend, and to guide you and to give you comfort, but he worries that you're not feeling comforted, that you're stuck in a place where you can't get past him passing.
Okay.
And he doesn't want that. He wants you to go on and be happy, and he wants you to know that he's always with you, and you're still together, just in a different way, you know? And he doesn't remember a whole lot about his passing, and he says you shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, the only thing that he feels bad about that I got was he's just sorry he left. He left and you guys are sad, but that's really the only regret that he has. I mean, it couldn't be changed though.
Yeah.
We were very, very close because I had lost my son, and we got very close. I mean, he passed when he was 19 years old, a few days before his birthday.
Yeah.
To be 20. So my daughter had took it very, very hard. So
yeah.
And, I was just wondering, I had another question. Do
Please.
I have any psychic abilities?
Absolutely. You come from a family of people with psychic abilities. Do you know that?
Yes, honey, I do. I just wanted to know.
You knew you just wanted to hear it. You knew what I was going to say.
Did.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Yeah. And you also have a sister in spirit that's with you?
A sister in spirit? You know what, hon? Only sister I have is a half sister. Oh, sister-in-law. Yes.
Sister-in-law. But was
yes.
like a sister?
Really wasn't too close to her, but I did love her very much.
Yeah, she knows that. She loves you too, and she says that you two have actually been closer since she passed. But that you might not know that she's always around you.
Oh, okay.
Donna, do you have us turned up in the background? I'm hearing a lot of feedback. Do you have computer on in the background?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's better.
I had you on speaker.
Oh, that's way better.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Donna,
had-
back to the
Yes.
psychic abilities real quick. My hands are
Uh-huh.
just on fire, which tells me you're probably a healer too. Have you taken Reiki or anything like that?
Have I took what?
Like Reiki, have you done Reiki or anything like that? I'm getting a ton of energy
No.
from your hands, which also tells me you're
No.
probably clairsentient, like you can touch stuff and connect with people really easily through your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you ever tried touching people
Well,
with your hands? I mean, I'm not saying have you ever touched anyone with your hands. I'm sure you have, but I mean, have you ever thought about healing people with your hands?
no, you know what? I believe in God very, very much, and I have prayed for people to ask God to heal them,
Yeah.
and stuff. And that's how I feel. I mean, but to say, I mean, I haven't done that for a while. But
Yeah, you should
I
you should keep doing that, my friend.
No,
That's
you keep praying, and
Yes.
instead of, you can have those hands together, but if you open them up a little bit, I feel like energy would just be a conduit from God down, or your angels down to other people.
yeah.
You're just, it's flying through your hands. In fact, if
Yeah.
you've been having hand issues or whatever, just let that energy fly,
Yeah,
and it'll
I do.
give you a lot
I
of
have,
relief from your
my
hands.
hands hurt a lot.
Let that healing energy out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in fact, if you can picture it right now, just picture like a ball of energy in your hand and just kind of put your hands together in a little ball. You can push them back and forth. Can you feel that?
Let me see that. Damn.
And then just run it along your face and stuff. Honey, that's your own healing energy. And you can share that with yourself, or you can feel it with other people, but it'll help ease all that pressure in your hands because it's been dying to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I did have a question. I know
Sure.
you, last time my niece had talked to you about me and stuff, and, well, you repeated yourself again about me being a healer and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You did mention the other night I was sleeping and I looked out through my window. I have a big bay window, and I saw like a sketching, like a little kid that would sketch,
Uh-huh.
with a pencil, and it was a little cat, and it was smiling at me and it winked at me. And then I looked again, and it was a little boy, but he was a little sad. Do you know what that is?
Oh, you saw a sad little boy?
Yeah, a sad. It's just the face, honey. Just the face, like a drawing, like a little kid would draw a little face. And I saw that, and it was just looking at me, and it was sad.
Is did it look like something that your grandson drew for you when he was young?
Oh, it reminds me of what a young kid would draw.
Right, and did
You know?
did he draw for you when he was much younger?
Honey, I don't remember. I'll be honest. When my son passed away, I lost a lot of memory.
Yeah, I
You know?
understand.
I lost a lot of memory, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm sorry. I don't remember because
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, because that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm getting that's your grandson letting you know he's with you by reminding you of a time when he would draw, that he drew that for you, and he thought you would recognize that as the drawing he made for you. It didn't mean for him to look sad. It wasn't
Okay.
supposed to be sad, really. It's just how kids draw.
No, it didn't make me feel bad. It didn't make me feel bad or anything like that. I just like, oh, okay, that was a little weird one.
Yeah.
But I go, I'm gonna ask her, what it is, and then Cara had told me last night in the house, she was taking a a picture of the kids, and all kinds of spirits were all over the place. All kinds of spirits were just going all over the camera. You
Yeah.
said I have a portal here?
Yes, in your house? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't feel nothing bad about it, though.
Right.
That's one thing I can say. I don't feel nothing bad. I see sometimes the spirits or something, but I don't feel anything bad. When I feel something bad, now that makes me a little nervous. You know.
Well, every portal doesn't have just like nasty spirits coming through it. I mean, most spirits are not nasty, so all different kinds of spirits are coming through. You know.
And you get to
Okay.
take breaks from that portal when you want to, You can
Right.
control that energy a little bit.
Yeah.
When you want to, clean the house with Palo Santos or sage or have selenite wands around, you don't have to just collect everything. You want to make sure your house
Okay.
stays pretty clean though, because it does like to, if things get cluttered or stay too long, you might find you have more stuff in there than you need to. So
Yeah.
you got to keep it really light on all levels.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's a
Yeah,
common
because the
light
last
worker
time
thing.
my sister-in-law came and she put holy water all through the house and she burned sage through the house, and I felt better.
Yeah, and I would do that on a regular basis.
Saturdays is the
Okay.
best night for that. Saturdays is the best day. It's the
Oh.
day for real estate
Oh.
and house cleansing
Uh-huh.
on Saturdays. And just light a little black
Okay.
candle so it collects any negative energies. Start at your
Mhm.
front door when you sage, go all the way
Mhm.
around, and just open that door and say out. And whatever doesn't need to
Mhm.
be in there can just go out the door, and then close your door and consider it cleansed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about my mom? How's my mother?
Your mother in spirit?
Yes.
She's fine. She's great.
Is she?
Do you doubt that?
No, I just haven't felt her. You know?
Yeah.
I feel my son. I haven't. I think I failed Matthew sometimes.
Oh, Matthew's
but I haven't
around
really
all
felt.
the time.
Yeah. Well, I feel that Matthew's around. I just, I was in the bathroom and I felt somebody pull my nightgown and I felt it was him.
Yeah. He is, and the drawing for sure. He keeps sending you things hoping you'll remember. Your mother
Okay.
says sometimes you smell her. You smell smells that
Okay.
you know,
Uh-huh.
you smell things that mean
I
something to her. That I mean, like her
Yes,
perfume,
I have her
kitchen smell.
perfume. I still
Yes.
have her perfume and I have a nightgown that's hers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's how you know she's there, sweetheart. You smell her.
Oh, okay. That sounds great then. I'm very happy. Very, very happy.
We just want you to be happy, sweetheart.
That I am. I just want to make sure that everything's okay. That's all.
Yeah. Everything's fine, sweetie. Sometimes you worry too much. And let me tell you what's going on sometimes with you not feeling Matthew, you're not feeling your mom, sometimes even
Uh-huh.
not feeling your son. Sometimes you want it so bad that you're pushing
Uh-huh.
the energy to see them so much that you're not making room for them to come in. And I always use this analogy that if somebody comes to the door and you want to let them in your house, but you're standing in the door, they can't get in the house because you're blocking the door. And that's kind of what it's like. It's like how watch pots don't boil, right? And pregnant women that really
Right.
want to get pregnant never get pregnant. And then the minute they let it go, they get pregnant in an hour. Because sometimes when
So
you want something so badly, your energy of
Uh-huh.
putting out is almost blocking it
Uh-huh.
from being able to come in. You just kind of have to stay connected to yourself and say, I would love a visit from my mom. I would love a visit from my son. I would love a visit from my grandson, and let them drop down into you and visit.
And
Because I don't know if you remember, but in the mornings, for some reason, about 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock, somebody gets in bed with me and hugs me.
Mm-hmm.
And you told my niece it was my son,
Mm-hmm.
you know. that was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, is it Matthew too?
No, it's pretty much your son that does it. But you
It
also
is
have
my
to be
Donald.
careful because there's also other energies from that portal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm getting also to part of that, like backing off from like your mom and stuff. You're still here on the earth plane having a human experience. So they
Mhm.
want you out living your life as well too. So
Yes.
Mhm.
you need to be out doing things and be in joy. And when you're out living in joy, it's easier for that higher spiritual vibration to attract to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's much harder for it to show up in sadness.
Oh, okay.
So you want to get out, rejoice in life. It's been an intense year for everybody. I can't say that enough
Mm-hmm.
times. And it's really time to get out and start enjoying life.
Yeah.
Okay.
They want you to go on, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like I said with your
Yeah.
grandson, nobody, you have a tendency to have just stopped where you are when they passed.
Mhm.
And they don't want that.
Yeah.
They want you to keep going.
Yeah, because that's your lesson
Okay.
actually, is to keep going and keep moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what life throws at you. So you're on your
Yeah.
path when you're out doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. So, okay, Ben. I
You're
thank
in
you
good
very,
shape, my
very
friend.
much.
We thank you, Donna.
Thank
You
you.
so much for the call and for spending some time with us. We love you, and we can't wait to hear from you again. And we appreciate you. And be careful of the portal in your house. I'm not saying bad things are coming from it. Just doesn't seem like a particularly bad portal. But whenever there's a portal and spirits can come in, you got to be careful, because when you have a portal in your home, or you open up a portal through divination rods or a spirit board, I always say it's like taking off all your clothes and walking into a bar at 2:00 in the morning and saying, "Who wants to have sex with me?" You're going to get takers, but do you really want the takers that you get?
And
So,
yeah, keeping that vibration high, and your vibration high is really, really important.
yeah,
Like amusement, keeping amusement, high vibration music. You just make that world a whole lot lighter.
yeah, yeah, it's really important. Um, so think about that. So, okay, so we're going to get Mandy on next. And then if you want to get on with us, 818-437-0886. I got 17 arms here, people, and I'm working everything at
Yes,
once.
she is.
Lisa and I are having a blast. It's Lightworkers Unite right here on the Sheena Metal Experience. WeLightworkersUnite.com. We love that. And we're just going to let Mandy know that she's next. And then we've got more people I know trying to get in, texting me. It's a little crazy today because my cell went swimming and it blew up. So, everybody's numbers are new to me in the phone right now, so it's a little blah, 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 but it's not crazy in the Skype system because everything in the Skype is still here. So my Virgo rising anal retentiveness has paid off. Aren't we all proud of me? Of all the times that I have to put every number into this system, guess what? I may be transferring half these numbers back into my phone. So we're going to get Mandy on now. 818-437-0886. Send me your first, last name if you can, because I know a lot of first name people, so I know who you are. And also your email. I would love that, because that's for when the phone goes swimming, and the email is what we rely on. Mandy, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Say hi to Lisa, sweetheart, and how may we help you?
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Good, Mandy. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. A couple of things that bother me. One in particular. Now,
Okay.
I lost a best friend back in 1999, and I've had readings with Belle and Christopher and
Okay. Belle
William,
Salisbury.
and I've never heard from him, and it breaks my heart. It's like survivor's guilt that I have, that I've dealt with for a very long time.
Yeah. Why do you think you have survivor's guilt, sweetheart?
Because I was supposed to pick him up and he waited for me.
Okay.
And because I didn't show, he left with a couple of people and he died.
Okay. Well, you got to know that he doesn't blame you for that. Just so you know, first and foremost, you are not blamed for that.
Okay.
Okay, at all. He holds zero responsibility to you for that. He says that from where he is now, he understands that this was path and this was supposed to happen and this is just the way it was supposed to be, and that you have to know that it's much harder on you right now than it is on him. He misses you and he loves you, but he is very centered and very happy and very productive where he is.
Yeah, it was
Good.
really it was really his exit choice I got, you know.
Yeah, he was done. He was ready to go. He'd done some stuff he needed to do and it was time to go.
I'm glad he's happy.
Yeah. The last thing he wants, baby, is for you to feel guilty in any way. That is the last thing that he wants. You know?
I know he wouldn't want that.
No.
No, not at all.
But he loved you enough. It was really his time. He loved you enough that he didn't want you there for him to make his exit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I want you to look at that more. It was divine intervention that you didn't make it there. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, and be okay with that, sweetheart. And understand that he wants you to go on and live and love and be happy, make new friends, find someone to love, just have a really full life, and that he will be here to guide you and love you through it for the next period for however long it takes till he decides to come back.
Yeah. Just a second thing. I was wondering. I've been told I'm an empath and maybe something else, because sometimes at night it would be crazy, like with the orbs. I would see and I would capture them, and sometimes I'd even see it. How they say it, with a blind eye.
Mind's eye. Mm-hmm.
Or mind's eye. Because you don't, and I didn't know if there was anything to that.
Well, I think that if you're seeing orbs, that's more of a mediumship gift than it is an empathic gift.
Yeah,
if
much
you're
more.
seeing spirits, then you're a medium. So here's what I have to say to you. Congratulations, you're a medium, and my condolences, you're a medium. So for better or worse, sweetheart, you're a medium.
And I have to say there's one in particular. There's like a blue energy orb that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I see that too.
Oh gosh, I've seen that. Yes.
And it's really full of tons of amusement. It's almost got like a puppy's energy. And it's funny, I recognize it because I have one myself. And it's like it wants to just play with you. It's just full of amusement, and it just wants to say hi. And it's just, it's really almost got like a puppy energy for that orb. It's just about like, it's almost like you could play catch with it back and forth.
Yeah. And is it crazy for me to say that it almost has not human energy to it?
Yeah,
like
it doesn't.
It might be an interdimensional or an off-worlder. It's more like a being than it is a spirit.
Yeah, it's very round, and it's very fun, and it's got a lot of amusement, and so that's one, if you want to, as you're getting the gift of your mediumship, that's one that you could kind of have fun with, because it literally, like, if you were depressed, it would like play catch with you and stuff like that. It's just really,
oh my goodness,
like got a bouncy, fun energy.
Yeah, because
and I
some
feel
nights
like it's
calm and there's nothing, and then all of a sudden it peaks straight up, and I'm like,
it's
what is going on here, and I know I'm not the only, I can capture it, and and I'm never scared. It don't scare me.
Yeah, this particular one's telling me it's been with you probably about 12 different lifetimes on the planet.
Yeah, it's like
wow.
So it's literally like your soul pet.
Yeah, it's like my favorite Martian.
Yeah.
It's like your little,
oh my goodness,
your little interdimensional off-worlder friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your little ET. Follows you around with a little potted plant and says, phone home. It's your little
That is amazing.
Well, but that's the thing. I think we think sometimes with reincarnation, and that's a beautiful point that you brought up, Lisa. We think we only travel with people. And that's not true, because when we're home, which is where we go when we're not here, what some people call heaven. There's everything there, not just people. It's like the Star Wars bar. There's all kinds of interdimensionals. There's angelics. There's
I believe in all of that.
Everybody goes to the same home.
But I've always there's more to life than this, and I've always been a believer of that since I've been a little girl.
Right. One God made everything. So there's one area where we all go at the end, and there's all different kinds of beings and sources, and so it's possible to have a soulmate that travels with you from life to life that isn't necessarily the same species. And also with this little guy, sometimes maybe, he's the human and you're the off-world blue ball. I mean, everybody gets, you get to be different things with a soul that you travel with.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been told I've lived many past lives, and that's amazing to me, though.
Yeah, but he's your pet.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could just send him off on little errands if you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Throw a chew toy and he'll go get it and bring it back to you.
I always kind of thought I was crazy when I saw that. You're the first other person I've ever seen that's had one, so I'm kind of excited. That makes me less crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was blue, and I mean, I've never seen anything like that before, and I'm like, wow, what, kind of had me a little stuck on, because I've seen orange and white, tons of white, and sometimes faces in them, but other than that blue one, and I don't see it much sometimes, but I couldn't believe the color of it because I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those either, but my mom used to see a whole crop of them dancing over her TV, little blue balls.
Oh my God, really?
But my mother also saw an off-worlder once, what she thought was a watcher, a humanoid off-worlder, when I was 1 in her laundry room, because really weird spiritual things happened to us in very practical places, like I got the hit to be ordained as a minister from the universe in a Walmart parking lot. Mom saw an alien in the laundry room. And when we moved to California, she thought that she was maybe being abducted at night, and she had a little triangle scar that started developing behind her ear. And one night we were watching an aliens show on Discovery Channel or whatever, and they were saying that's a thing that sometimes abductees, because that's sort of how they go in and check out what's going on inside of you. She's like, oh my God, I keep having this scar, and it would go away, and then a month later it would come back and it would be fresh again, and then it would heal. And then it would come back, and right about that time that started happening, she started seeing these dancing blue balls in the corner of the family room over the television set, and they would flicker and they would dance in little patterns for her. And she was like, they're actually quite lovely. I enjoy watching them because, we're Irish, so we like dancing. She's like, I actually enjoy the dancing. But, she didn't say they were scary at all, but there was a whole little crop of them, so.
Like I said, I'm a firm believer in that, and my gosh, I've wanted to go under hypnosis for years because I could have sworn years ago, but maybe it was just in my mind. Maybe I'm such a vivid dreamer, even though I was born without stage 4 sleep. But oh my goodness, I've just always had that feeling that something. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, and boy, that has just had me for years now. And I do watch a lot of them shows.
I want to say that don't put it past some mornings when you wake up like dead tired that you were up in another dimension, hanging out, doing some other work, or getting downloads.
With your blue ball friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're tempted to call him Blue Balls,
incredible.
But we're not going to.
I call my friend Enoch, but yeah.
I mean, it's and it's interesting what you said about the being born without the stage 4 sleep. All of us who are light workers, I like to call us mutants, and in a really good way, like mutants from X-Men. All of us have something weird. We usually have strange physiological anomalies. We have strange emotional anomalies. We're all a little off. And I think our whole lives, we struggled with all these things that made us outsiders. And then we suddenly went, oh, wait a minute. And I'm also a psychic. And then just knowing we were psychic made sense. So I had some funky genetic differences when I was born. I've got some very interesting ones. And I always just thought, and my mom would always say, well, it's a sign of evolution. You're evolving into what the next thing people are going to be. Because, my mom was a Scorpio, so I was her Mona Lisa. But
Oh,
but it when I found out that I was a psychic, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that's just a thing that all of us mutants have, some strange things that happen to us, like, we weird things with our sleep patterns, or weird things with our
right.
blood types, or weird things with our bodies, or weird things with our emotional processing, or our intellectual processing. So many psychics are dyslexic or bipolar, or
Autism is off.
Autism.
There's so many kids
Anxiety
coming in.
maybe, and all. I have really bad. I'm awful horrible anxiety
yeah.
with things, but I think that's just because I've lost more people, I think, than someone would lose in like 5 lifetimes, and I just never dealt with the grief of losing all my best friends like that, So
Yeah.
I think that's got like a big deal with me being, an emotional wreck at times, but
Well, and anxiety a lot is living in the future, hun. So you got to stay. It's really hard. That was my biggest lesson. That life really calmed down when I really owned my psychic abilities, was to stay in the
Okay.
present. The now is your superpower.
Right.
And believe it or not, more is going to come to you if you can stay present and you can stay grounded in the now.
Yes.
Because actually the anxiety, you're out there too far. And you're not, and it leaves you in the fog rather than staying here in the present and getting those answers that you really need.
Yeah.
yeah, yep, that's wonderful. Though I didn't expect to be a medium. I just didn't know, why I was always seeing them, or especially like the orbs. I could have sworn when I was younger I'd seen a tall guy in the house, like in a suit, like it almost looked like a 1930s, 40s
Oh.
type deal thing, with a child next to him trying to like open my doorknob. I was in the living room on the couch, and I'm telling you, I don't think I was dreaming that. But
Now
maybe
wait
I
a minute.
was.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he have a hat?
Yes.
Yep, that's a Hat Man lore. Do you know about Hat Man?
No, I don't.
Does everybody want to hear a scary story that's going to scare the shit out of them?
I've never heard about
Lisa,
that, man.
do you want a scary story? Yeah, sometimes he wears a bowler, sometimes a top hat, sometimes like one of those 3-point 1700s, always a black suit. So when my mom
Yeah.
was a 5-year-old girl growing up in the slums of Louisville, Kentucky, she used to walk to the park because it was free and it was something to do, as broke as they were. One day, a man in a suit walked up to her. This is a creepy story, okay? Keep in mind, my mother was a huge psychic medium, but didn't know at the time. Walked up to this 5-year-old, right? It had a bowler hat on, and he opened up his coat, and there were children hanging in the coat. Okay, so my mom freaked out, ran all the way home, and when she was the next year, my grandmother died, and my mom got put in the system, in the orphanage system in Louisville. And at some point, they had her go talk to a therapist, and they said, "Has
Yeah.
anything strange ever happened to you?" And she said, "This happened." And they told her, well, they basically told her that sometimes when men are in parks and they're flashers and they flash their business, that kids see their business and they see it as a child. All right, that's what they told her.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a weird thing to tell a small child, but it was the 30s. So keep in mind it was the 30s. So when she was 12, she was adopted by my grandparents, and they literally put her on a train and they sent her to upstate New York. And at the Poughkeepsie station, my grandparents met her.
gosh.
She had no idea what was going on, and there were my grandparents. My grandparents lived on a giant 47-acre estate in Wappingers Falls, about an hour, 30 minutes outside of Poughkeepsie. So in this 3-story colonial house, right, that was like from the 1700s, that literally George Washington had slept in. And her bedroom was on the 3rd floor, and outside of her bedroom was this giant tree. And the first night she's sleeping in the house, she hears laughing. Okay?
Oh.
She goes to the window, and there's Hat Man from the park. He's sitting on a branch, swinging his legs and laughing. And apparently, like the first month she was there was laughing every night, but she never got up and looked again because it just pulled the covers over her head and went to bed. So it's very common for people with psychic gifts to see this Hat Man lore. And people don't know, is Hat Man, is it an interdimensional? Is Hat Man a spirit? Like, what is he? But people see him a lot, usually in their homes, sometimes in that moment between waking and sleeping. He always is in black, and he often has a child with him, which is weird. And
Yes.
he's always in a suit, sometimes with
Yep.
a cape also, sometimes not. And he can look like anything from, 1700s to modern day. Sometimes, you saw him like 1930s. She saw
Yeah,
him.
it looked like a 1930s or 40s
Right.
to me, and the kid, just in the kid clothes, the clothes the kid was
Right.
in.
She saw
and
him.
I'm like, why are they trying to get in my room? Like, that little boy was
Right.
just trying so hard at my doorknob.
Probably to get away from Hat Man. She saw him in the 30s and then again in the 40s looking very turn of the century. So, who knows?
wow.
But isn't that a creepy? And she had never told me that story. And
Well, it is. Oh, my gosh.
a couple years before she died, she was doing my haunted playground show with me. And she's on the air with me. And then she starts telling this story. And I'm like, Mom. And she's like, I've told you this story before. And I'm like, no, you haven't. It's awful. So I'm going to go to the place where my mom grew up and scatter her ashes because my grandparents are both scattered there. And the lovely people that have bought the place and actually turned it into a spiritual sanctuary invited me to come. And they're like, oh, you can stay in the room where your mother. And I'm like, oh, my God, is he going to be in the tree? Am I going to see Hat Man? Because I've never seen
Well, that would creep me right out.
I've never seen a Hat
That
Man.
would.
But I know a lot of people have seen. Lisa, you've never seen Hat Man, have you? Lisa's life is changed forever today, my friends.
I am never going to look at anybody in a bowler straight faced ever again.
She's going to get PTSD from watching a Laurel and Hardy film now, an old Laurel and Hardy film. Thank you so much, Mandy. We appreciate you, sweetheart. Thanks for the call, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for being on the show with us, and let us know how you're doing and what's going on with you, my friend. Wow. How about that? Hat Man. I'm going to get Erica on. When we get Erica on, we're going to let Lisa decompress from the Hat Man lore. I can tell that you've worked more in the spiritual community than the paranormal community, my friend. Everybody in the paranormal community knows about Hat Man. I have a friend named Jenny Stewart who does the show with me. She's one of my light workers, and I know her from the paranormal community first. We came out of the psychic closet about the same time, and she's got this Kentucky accent. She'll always go, "Oh, it's Hat Man, Hat Man." She knows all about Hat Man. So
My mom never even let me watch horror films as a kid.
Oh, my mom loved them because I think she was trying to work through all the things that had happened to her.
Yeah, no. So I'm just learning even to watch horror movies now.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're good medicine.
Yeah.
They really are because they help you learn a lot about what's out there in a lot of ways. Erica, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you ladies tonight?
Wonderful. Great to hear from you. Say hi to Lisa, and how may we help you?
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
So I just lost one of my pets, and
Oh.
it was very sudden, and she was like a daughter to me.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Mine is like a daughter to me. I understand.
No, I remember that when I lost my dog. I ended up keeping my boyfriend around longer because I couldn't handle the being alone.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is that she's telling me that she was a daughter to you in another life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she just, I don't know what happened. It was just very sudden. I was home with her the entire day, and it was in the evening where she just took a turn and she was gone.
Oh, no. Yeah, she was just ready to go.
Yeah.
But she's with you. You can feel her, huh? Sometimes you feel like she's still in the bed with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, I have, I put her in the bed. I made a pillow with her, and I keep her with me.
You made a pillow about how she looked?
Like, I put her picture. I had a pillow printed with her picture on it.
Oh, that's wonderful. At first I thought maybe her ashes were in the pillow, and I'm like, oh, I kind of love that and hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I was trying to kind of.
Yeah, when you said
picture
you
that
made a
myself.
pillow out of her, I'm like, oh, her
God.
ashes are a pillow? And then I'm like, wow, should I do that with mine? Should I make Mom into a pillow?
Yeah, so I keep her with me.
That's beautiful.
We didn't get to say goodbye.
I feel like
it was just.
I feel like this was the only way that she could stay with you, actually.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think my husband, he had a very, very hard time with it because she was a big daddy's girl.
Yeah.
And I know he took it really hard.
It's hard because they really are. They really are our children.
Yeah.
You know?
I just wanted to make sure, like, she knows we didn't, because we had gotten another pet because we had another one and we didn't want him to be alone. But I don't want her to feel like we were replacing her or trying to.
Doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I really feel like she's like so with you that it's like just trotting along anyways.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that was literally the only way. I don't feel her like getting ready to go on another mission or anything like that.
Yeah.
I did that with a friend to help them release their dog one time, and the dog was asking permission to move to the next family.
Wow.
That was the most intense hour of my entire mediumship life. But
wow.
But I don't feel like that at all. I feel like she, that was just her way to continue to be with you and be lighter. She just couldn't stay in her body any longer.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Did you find out in retrospect that she was sick?
Well, she was sick, and we were treating her. We got her on some medication, and she was improved. Like, you wouldn't know she had a condition. And then, like, that day, it was all normal. She was yelling at me to feed her. She wanted to cuddle and lay down, and then in the afternoon, we were gonna go to the movies, and we noticed she looked like she was having difficulty breathing. She had a heart murmur and water filling in her lungs.
Oh, wow.
That the medication wasn't working anymore.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
I'm so sorry.
And then sometimes that'll happen too. They'll like rally for a while.
Yeah, for you.
Just before you, and then just before they have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was really my first one, Erin. And then I sat down and I said to her, look, you're a trooper and I understand you're in a lot of pain. If you don't want to do this, you can go. And if you need to come back and you want to come back again and I'll be your mommy again, you let me know and we'll give this another shot. So that night she passed. Yeah. And then I said, please just don't die on the holiday. And then of course she died on Thanksgiving because in my family, people die on holidays. So, so then I couldn't even get another cat. I mean, I already had three other cats, but I couldn't think of even getting another one. And then about a year and a half after she died, I started seeing her everywhere. I was at my mom's one day and I pulled open a drawer to get my mom something and there was a picture of her. And I said, Mom, why are you keeping this picture of Erin in a drawer? She said, I don't have a picture of Erin in a drawer. And I'm like, really? Because here's a picture of Erin. She said, I've never seen that picture before in my life. And then I was at a fair and I turned a corner and there was this stained glass, one of those stained glass things that you sucker cup to a window. And it looked just like her. Uh-huh. So I bought it. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Okay. And then I went to a Petco with a friend who was looking for a guinea pig. And I was thinking about getting a fish tank for my little guy, Liam, my little cat that had ADD. I'm like, I'll get him some cat cable, a fish tank. And they had pulled the fish tanks out that day, and it was cat adoption day. And there was this cat, and she was swinging upside down in a hammock in a cage, looking like she wanted to kill herself. And she looked just like Erin. And the weird thing was that I had told myself, because all my cats have very Irish names, if you didn't get it from Erin and Liam already, that when I got my next one, if it was a boy, it was going to be Mickey, and if it was a girl, it was going to be Molly. And so I said, I want to look at that cat. He said, you don't want that cat. 3 people have brought her back. She's trouble. Nobody wants her. She's not a good cat. But you could have this cat named Peppercorn. And meanwhile, Peppercorn's like doing a tap dance. He's got, like a hat on and a cane. He's like, adopt me. I'm Peppercorn. Like, I'll do anything. I'm Peppercorn. Pick me. And she's swinging back and forth like, please just find a hammer and hit me in the head with it till I'm dead. I'm like, no, I want that cat. They said, no, you really don't. I said, no, I want to see that cat. So he puts his hands in, and she, of course, puts her claws on the side of the cage, and she's fighting it. And he's like, stop fighting me, Molly, and come out. And I said, oh, my God, her name is already Molly. I said, I'll take her. He's like, you haven't even seen her. And I'm like, no, I'll take her. Her name's Molly. So I firmly believe that Molly is Aaron reincarnated because they are so much the same in so many ways. The only difference is that Aaron was abused when I got her and Molly wasn't. So she's less button pushy than Aaron was, but she still gives me dirty looks if I pick her up. And all of you, of all the cats I've had, Aaron was the only one that hated being picked up except for Molly. And those of you who watch my live broadcasts I do from home from my bed, I always make Molly make a cameo because when I read for clients at home, I mostly do it on speakerphone, and Molly's a Scorpio and she's so psychic, and she will come and give her opinions in the phone. I always say you get 2 readings for the price of 1. She will come if she believes in something, she will yell right after I say it. So I make her be on camera for like 5 seconds before she claws my face off. She hates being picked up, even though she wants to be everywhere I am all the time, and she always wants to lay on me. So she's so much like, and she does that same thing that Erin did, which is lay on her stomach with her head hanging down. So that happens sometimes. Your baby may decide to come back to you as another fur baby or a human baby.
Yeah, we talked about that. Me and my husband we've been resolved that we don't want children. Our pets are our children. Our dogs are our children.
Right. I understand that, but
Yeah, I get it.
But she's saying still, I might come back as a human baby.
Really?
So be prepared, because she says she might.
But she definitely wants to hang with you. So I mean,
Yeah.
she's not that. Even though you don't get to pet her every day, she's right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's really a good baby. She's with you a lot.
She's super smart.
Mm-hmm. Is it that you feel her fur? Is that what it is? She said you feel her.
So we got an urn where it's a Yorkie laying on top of a pillow, and that's, if there was a pillow out, she would go lay on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's where she is. And whenever I come home, whenever I leave, whenever I change a room, I take her with me and I pet her, because on top of the urn is a Yorkie, so I pet her.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. Keep doing that, sweetheart.
But I literally see her by your feet walking around.
Uh-huh.
I literally like following you everywhere. In fact, she gets to go more places with you now than she did in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we couldn't take all 3, and you can't take one without the other 2.
Yes.
Yeah, no, she's everywhere.
Yep. Yep. She wants to come back, though.
That makes me feel better.
She wants to come back and do it again with you. She misses you.
Oh, good. I'm glad we miss her.
But don't be sad, because she's not sad. She's happy. She's like dancing all over the place around you. So she doesn't want you to be sad. This is not a sad time. This is a happy time, she says.
Yeah, I had to keep telling myself that, because if you were ever upset, sad, or mad, she was the kind that like got in your face right away and wanted to just give you love and didn't want you to feel like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I see that energy right now.
Me too.
She's still right there.
Me too. She's the same way. Doesn't want you to be sad at all, sweetheart.
This was just literally the only way she could still be with you right now.
Yeah. She says you make the decision whether you want her to come back or not. You tell her. She's ready. When you and your husband are ready, she's ready. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better, because there was just we didn't know if she was scared or not, because we weren't there with her or anything. We didn't have any time.
No, she's ready when you are. She's happy as a clam. She doesn't want you to be sad for her at all. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
You bet, sweetheart. You take care of you. It's going to be okay. And thank you for the call, and we love you. We want to hear we want to see pictures when you get the new one. I want to see a picture of her. Just send pictures. Send dog pictures and cat pictures. I love that. I don't want to see pictures of people's kids, but I want to see pictures of everybody's animals. Is that weird, Lisa, that I'm like that?
No, my sister got a little pug, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to show everybody a picture. And my sister got a little offended and sent it a picture with my nephews too. I'm like, oh. Oops.
All right. If I must see your human children.
Not that I don't love my nephew. I love them dearly, but I guess I was never as enthusiastic about showing them
I'll
off.
look at your human children if I must. All right. We're going to get Terry on the phone now. And this is the easy part where now I've put everybody's numbers in. So we're just cruising through now. And I put all the links up on Facebook. So I only have 5 jobs now instead of 7.
Oh, awesome.
This is where I get to relax.
I'm doing good with mine right now.
Yeah, it's fun, right? You just get to chill and be the guest and be taken care of. I love that. You let me do everything. You let me take care of everything, my friend. Terry, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good, Sheena. How are you?
Wonderful. It's great to hear your voice. How may we help you? And say hi to Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Oh, it's so good to hear your voice. How are you feeling?
Me?
Yes.
I'm feeling great. My knees are getting stronger.
Good.
I'm
good.
getting over the PTSD of the cell phone being destroyed.
Okay.
And we're all saying prayers. They recover the data in my phone. So if you're in the chat room right now, I hate to say prayers for my data, but please prayers for my data.
Will do, Sheena. Absolutely.
What's on your mind, my friend?
I just have a question as far as things that are going on lately here around me. I'm not sure if someone's trying to communicate with me or who they are, but I feel like something or someone is trying to talk to me, and I don't know. They're really trying to get my attention, and I don't know what it's about or what's going on, or if there is any spirits around me that are trying to communicate.
Sure. Lisa, why don't you do this one? I've been chatting so much.
I'll definitely chime in because this is as far as my mediumship and stuff. But it's funny because I do get that picture. I literally they're trying to get your attention, and I'm having a hard time seeing a purpose for it though. I'm literally they just want to know that they're seen. It's almost like my picture is almost like with the board in their, with like a 2x4 in their hand, just like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. Who is past that you think isn't there, but is, and you just don't realize it? It feels like female energy. Female energy?
Oh, this one looks like male energy to me.
Maybe one of each.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would be my mom or if it's my dad and my mom, but some things were going on today, and it was just really crazy. And I just felt like something was trying to get my attention, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if something's going to happen.
Have you been Have you been rushing around a lot? Because I'm getting slow down.
Yeah. Today was crazy.
Yeah,
today was really crazy. But
they want you to slow down. Like if it's not if you're hitting brick walls right now, let it drop. You need to let some stuff drop and slow down.
Okay.
It's to the point that it's getting unsafe for you.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to simplify your life a whole bunch. Like, when's your birthday? Can I ask? Or just
August 28th.
Okay. So again, a Virgo. Yeah, that Virgo. Yeah, let some stuff drop. You can't be Superwoman for everything. Okay, you're rethinking things and overthinking things. And I don't. Yeah, they just want you to. Okay. I'm getting that confirmation. Then that's really what it is. It's just slow down.
Okay. Is it my mom or my dad, or you're not sure?
I'm getting a male energy. I'm getting your. So what? Dad's usually on the left, right?
Yeah, that's what I was told a long time ago. Is my mom would be on the right, my dad would be on the left, but it was basically what was told me a long time ago is they don't want to be around each other from, I guess, from them being here living, and they didn't get along because my mom did hurt my dad.
Yeah,
But basically, it's one of those things where he would always come, when she wasn't around, or she would always come when he wasn't around.
Yeah, they want you to slow down, and they don't want you to be enraged or mad about things right now.
Mm-hmm.
No ranting.
Mm-hmm.
No ranting. Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
They both visit you.
Yeah. I mean, just things are a little crazy right now. And I'm trying to do the best I can. I just recently, I'm trying to go for, full custody of my daughter, and it looks like it's going that way. I know my mom was always worried about that because of her dad, because we had shared custody. And now that we're going back to court, that's the way it's looking. So I'm sure she's pretty happy about that. But I just didn't know if there was something else that they were maybe trying to warn me about. But it's kind of hard to slow down because I just feel like everything has its place and it has to be there. And things have to be done. So I'm always on the go and going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, but what I'm getting is the checking and the rechecking.
Yeah.
And the double checking.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling you're not trusting yourself the first time you're doing stuff, which also is another sign. We've talked about it a couple times on the show. You're really intuitive, and you've got to trust your intuition more. But that's really what it is. It's the double checking. It's, you got to simplify that to the point. Like if it's done, it's done.
Okay.
And you have to trust.
I have another question.
Sweetheart, really quick.
Apologize.
Really quick, love. No, you're fine. You can ask the other question. I just want to say something really quick. When you make a decision, you have to trust that it's the right decision and not go over it again and again and again in your head. I think that's part of what Lisa's talking about with the checking and the rechecking and the rechecking, right? You have to just be happy with your decision. Like, I made a decision and wow, I'm happy with that's it. I'm going to stick with it. This is, for better or for worse, we're going to stick with this for a while, because you spend a lot of time sort of spinning and rethinking and redoing and retrying. And a lot of times your first decision was great.
Okay.
So think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, really, that's what needs to happen, because you're being a crazy maker for your own self right now.
Yes. I drive myself crazy here.
Yeah.
My other question is, my youngest daughter, she's just turned 4, May 19th. And her father and I were on rocky terms throughout the 4 years. He's come back this year. We are actually involved with each other. And sometimes I question it. Not that if I'm doing the right thing, is this true? Because, sometimes when you're used to not being happy and everything, and when you finally do feel happy, you question it. And I'm not sure if this is something that's going to work, or am I just making it all up in my head and it's not going to work, or I'm not sure.
This has probably been the most challenging year for relationships. Congratulations to anybody that's still in one after this year.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay. I'm not. But just congratulations that you're in, because the universe has worked the hell out of worked the heck out of karma.
You can say hell on the show.
Oh, good. Okay. The hell with it then. But yeah, so working the karma and stuff. And I've been telling people we're in this last Mercury retrograde, and it's in Cancer, and it's all about relationships and family. So people are a little fogged in. Before you make so I want you to enjoy the moment right now, and don't make any big decisions until about the middle of August, early September, okay? As far as that goes. All right? And I'm finding relationships are getting a lot more lighthearted in August. But congratulations, because I know you guys have really talked through some stuff and really worked some stuff out.
Yeah,
soul tie. It hasn't been easy at all.
Yeah, you guys have such a soul tie. Like, you just can't stay away from each other.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's what he says. We're soulmates. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just scared. You're just scared that he's going to be a jerk again.
Yeah. Wow, Sheena.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a jerk.
You know what? I'm a little good at this.
I know. That's why I love you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
But yeah, I just wanted some reassurance, because like I said, you guys know, I question everything, and I doubt so much. and I just don't want to deal with that heartbreak or devastation. And I just wasn't sure what to do.
Of course, sweetie,
so.
and it's 100% okay to feel that way, but you also have to trust, because if you spend your whole life in doubt, you're never ever going to have love and fun and wonderment, and you want all of those things.
And it's not about the destination, it's about the journey on the way there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to stay in
All
the
right.
now.
Yeah.
Will do. And I guess that's it. Unless the universe tells you guys it wants to tell me something, that's pretty much it.
Universe just wants to
Slow
tell
down.
us to tell you to trust.
Yeah, I'm getting trust, and I know the bottom's been yanked out from you many times. So I feel like when things are going good, you actually get more nervous. So I want you to trust that things are okay. All right?
Yeah.
Oh, I will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies.
Just trust, baby.
Thank you so
Trust,
much.
release, surrender. These are the most important things the universe is saying for you right now. Trust, release, surrender. Okay?
All right, wonderful. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the call, and thank you to everybody who called. If you want to get on a future show, you can send me a text, 818-437-0886. You can always email me, Sheena at IamRaisingYourVibration.com. I am going to be doing, of course, on Friday, my I Am Raising Your Vibration live psychic reading video from my bed. Special appearances by my ice packs, my water bottles, and Molly the cat, who appears only in a brief cameo because her agent said she won't appear for any longer than that. So we can only have her for a short period of time by union rules, or the agent calls and threatens to sue me, because we all know that Molly is in high demand. So also, I may do one of those, depending on what condition I'm in after physical therapy tomorrow. I may do a short one from my bed tomorrow night sometime. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling about doing it from my bed. But I do love to do those. And also sometimes now I do my new Haunted Playground After Dark. Usually those are going to be on the weekends and really late at night. I am raising yourvibration.com, and Sheena Metal Spiritual is my practice. Lisa, where can people find you?
You can find me at lisajoyoneal.com. And my website and my email address is indigoeveryday@gmail.com.
Beautiful.
And I'm on Facebook as Lisa Joy O'Neill as well.
Beautiful. I love that. I absolutely love that. And then also my nonprofit, I am raisingyourvibration.com, and the nonprofit site, raisingthevibration.org. And of course, here, always, the Sheena Metal Experience, SheenaMetalExperience.com and LATalkRadio.com, and past broadcasts of these special Lightworkers Unites at WeLightworkersUnite.com. And Friday, August 9th, I am going to be teaching my empath workshop, Why Do I Feel Everything? It's at whydoifeeleverything if you want.com, whydoifeeleverything.com if you want to sign up. $20. It's an hour and a half. 6 o'clock to 7:30 Pacific time. And my good friend Joy Koff, who owns Miracles of Joy in the Dallas, Texas area, will be facilitating and taking care of your chat questions. And empaths, come and take this class. Learning how to deal with your empathy is one of the most important things on your road to spiritual enlightenment and psychic development. So please do that. And if you're in the Los Angeles area and you want to come to my 25th anniversary party of my radio career, it's the 18th of August at the Hollywood Improv, and I will take care of your tickets. Your tickets are my present to you because my radio turned 25, my career. It's the Sheena Metal Experience at LA Talk Radio. You know what happens here, my friends. Every Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, we rip the veil off the human sideshow and expose those big old Homo sapiens at their most bizarre sometimes and at their most beautiful every single day. And you know it's my show, and that's true, my friends. It is my show indeed, but what it really is, always and forever, it's your experience. Thanks for listening. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow right here on LA Talk Radio.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.